There are moments in life when a blessing arrives so quietly that only heaven knows about it. Not every miracle comes with noise. Not every breakthrough needs an announcement. Sometimes the greatest blessings God sends into your life are meant to be protected, not publicized. Let me tell you something that many people learn too late. The moment you start announcing every blessing, every opportunity, every financial breakthrough to everyone around you, you also invite opinions, jealousy, doubt, and negative voices that can slowly poison what God is trying to grow in your life. That's why there are seasons when wisdom says, keep it quiet. There are times when the money begins to come, the opportunities begin to open, the doors begin to move, and the smartest thing you can do is stay humble, stay grateful, and stay silent. Because not everyone celebrating with you is truly happy for you. Not every smiling face wants to see you succeed. Some people will clap in front of you, but question your blessing behind your back. And if you want to understand how to protect the blessings that are coming into your life, then you need to hear every part of this message. Because today we're going to talk about why sometimes when this money comes, you must not tell anyone. Not everyone can handle your blessing. The first truth you must understand is that not everyone around you can handle the blessing that is about to enter your life. Some people loved you when you were struggling. They felt comfortable when you had nothing. But the moment your life begins to rise, their hearts begin to change. Your progress exposes their insecurity. When money begins to come into your life, it doesn't just change your lifestyle, it reveals the true nature of the people around you. Some will celebrate you, others will silently compete with you, and some will secretly pray for your downfall. That is why wisdom sometimes says, keep the blessing private until it is strong enough to stand on its own. Silence protects what God is building. There is power in quiet progress. A seed does not grow above the ground first. It grows in silence under the soil. No applause, no attention, just growth. In the same way, some blessings grow better in silence. When you tell too many people about your plans, your money, your next move, you expose it to unnecessary pressure. Opinions begin to flood in. Doubt begins to creep in. Negativity begins to surround it. But when you move quietly, you give God space to work without interruption. Sometimes the best protection for your blessing is silence. Wealth attracts the wrong attention. Money changes how people see you. The same people who ignored you before may suddenly remember your phone number. The same people who never supported you may suddenly ask for favors. It's not always because they love you. Sometimes it's because they see opportunity. When financial blessings arrive, they can attract attention from people who are not interested in your well-being, but only in your resources. And if you are not careful, you can lose your peace trying to please everyone who suddenly appears in your life. That is why wisdom whispers, move quietly. Humility keeps the blessing flowing. One of the greatest dangers of sudden success is pride. The moment people begin to show off their blessings, they often begin to lose the character that brought those blessings into their life. But humility protects the flow of blessings. When you stay grounded, when you stay grateful, when you remember where you came from, you create space for even greater doors to open. True wealth does not shout. True wealth walks quietly, gives generously, and trusts God completely. Let the results speak for you. You don't have to announce your success. In time, people will see the results. Your peace will speak. Your growth will speak. Your life will speak. When the blessing truly comes from God, it will become visible in ways you cannot hide anyway. But there is a difference between letting your life show the blessing and trying to prove something to people. You don't need to prove anything. Just live the blessing. Not everyone around you will be able to handle the blessing that is about to enter your life. This is a truth that many people only discover after the blessing has already arrived. When you are struggling, when you are trying to survive, when you are working hard just to make it through the day, most people feel comfortable around you. They see you as someone who is in the same place they are. There is no pressure, no comparison, and no discomfort. But the moment your life begins to change, the moment opportunities begin to open, and the moment money begins to flow in ways it never did before, something begins to shift in the hearts of the people around you. Suddenly, the same people who once laughed with you begin to look at you differently. Some will smile in front of you, but deep inside they begin to compare their life to yours. Your success becomes a mirror that reflects their own struggles, their own fears, and sometimes even their own lack of progress. And that reflection can be uncomfortable for them. Instead of celebrating your blessing, they may begin to question it. They may begin to wonder why it happened for you and not for them. This is why wisdom teaches us that not every blessing needs an audience. When the money begins to come into your life, when new doors begin to open, it is not always wise to announce it to everyone around you. Because the truth is, some people can only support you as long as you remain at the same level as them. The moment you begin to rise, their support quietly fades away. It does not always happen openly. Most of the time, it happens silently. A person may still greet you with a smile, but their heart has already changed. They may still speak kindly to your face, but behind your back, they begin to question your success. They begin to say things like, "I wonder how they really made that money," or "Let's see how long this lasts." Doubt begins to replace support, and criticism begins to replace celebration. You must understand that this does not necessarily mean these people are evil. Sometimes it simply means they are not emotionally ready to see someone close to them rise to a new level. Human nature can be complicated. Jealousy often grows quietly in places where friendship once existed. Comparison can turn admiration into resentment without anyone even realizing it. This is why silence can be a powerful shield. When you protect your blessing from unnecessary attention, you protect it from unnecessary negativity. Not everyone needs to know how much you are earning, what opportunities are coming your way, or what doors are opening in your life. Some things are meant to remain between you and God until the time is right. Because when a blessing is still new, it can be fragile. It is like a small flame in the wind. Too many voices, too many opinions, and too many negative thoughts can slowly weaken your confidence and disturb your peace. But when you move quietly, when you stay focused, and when you allow your blessing to grow in private, you give it the strength it needs to stand on its own. And when the time finally comes, when the blessing has grown strong enough, people will see the results anyway. You will not need to convince anyone. You will not need to explain anything. Your life will speak for itself. Until that moment arrives, wisdom simply says, protect what has been given to you. And understand that not everyone around you is ready to handle the blessing that is coming into your life. There is a quiet strength in learning how to move in silence. Many people feel the urge to speak about every new opportunity, every financial improvement, and every plan they are working on. The excitement is understandable. When something good finally begins to happen after a long season of waiting and struggle, the heart wants to share it with everyone. But wisdom teaches a different lesson. Some things grow better when they are protected by silence. Think about how growth happens in nature. A seed does not begin its journey in the open air where everyone can see it. It begins its life hidden beneath the soil. In that dark and quiet place, something powerful is happening. Roots are forming. Strength is developing. Life is beginning to push forward. But none of that growth needs an audience. The seed does not need applause. It simply needs the right environment to grow. In the same way, many of the blessings entering your life need time to develop without interference. When money begins to come in, when a new opportunity appears, or when you start building something meaningful, it is often wiser to keep those developments close to your heart. The moment too many people become aware of what you are doing, the noise begins. Opinions begin to arrive from every direction. Some people will tell you what you should do with your money. Others will question whether your plans will work. Some will even speak doubt into something that was once clear in your mind. The problem with too many voices is that they can slowly weaken your focus. What once felt like a confident step forward can begin to feel uncertain when surrounded by the doubts and fears of others. Even people who mean well can unintentionally introduce confusion. Their experiences, their limitations, and their fears may not match the path that is meant for you, yet their words can still influence how you think. Silence protects you from that confusion. When you keep your progress private, you allow yourself the space to think clearly and act wisely. You are able to listen to your own judgment without the pressure of constantly explaining your decisions. This kind of quiet focus often leads to stronger results because your energy stays directed toward growth instead of conversation. Another reason silence is powerful is that it keeps your intentions pure. When people talk too much about their plans or their money, they sometimes begin to chase attention instead of purpose. The focus shifts from building something meaningful to impressing other people. But when you move quietly, your motivation stays centered on what truly matters. You are working because you believe in the path, not because you want recognition. Silence also protects your peace. Once people know about your finances or your opportunities, expectations often begin to appear. Some may assume you should help them financially. Others may expect access to your time, your resources, or your connections. What started as a blessing can slowly turn into pressure if too many people become involved in your journey. But when you guard your progress carefully, you maintain control over your life. You are able to make decisions calmly, without the weight of other people's expectations pulling you in different directions. Your growth becomes steady and focused rather than rushed and scattered. Eventually, the time will come when the results are visible. When something has grown strong enough, it does not need to hide anymore. A tree that has matured cannot remain unnoticed, but it only reached that strength because it spent its early days developing quietly. In the same way, the blessings in your life will speak through the stability, peace, and growth they bring. Until that moment arrives, silence can be one of the most powerful ways to protect what is being built. When money begins to enter your life, it does more than improve your circumstances. It changes the way people see you. This is something many people are not prepared for. At first, it may feel exciting. Doors begin to open, opportunities increase, and life begins to move in a direction that once seemed impossible. But along with those blessings comes something else, attention. And not all attention is healthy. The moment people discover that your financial situation is improving, some individuals will begin to appear in your life who were not there before. These are people who may have ignored you during your difficult seasons. When you were struggling, when you were trying to figure things out, when you were quietly working toward your goals, they were nowhere to be found. But now that something good is happening, suddenly they remember your name. Suddenly they remember your number. Suddenly they want to reconnect. At first, this may feel like support. It may feel like people are finally noticing your progress. But wisdom requires you to look deeper. Not everyone who comes closer during your season of success is coming with pure intentions. Some people are drawn to the blessing rather than the person who received it. Money has a strange way of attracting expectations. Some people will begin to see you as a solution to their problems. They may not openly say it, but their actions will slowly reveal it. Conversations may start to revolve around financial help, business opportunities, or favors that require your resources. What once felt like friendship may begin to feel like pressure. This is one of the reasons why it is wise to be careful about how widely you share your financial success. When too many people know about your money, you may find yourself surrounded by requests, demands, and obligations that slowly steal your peace. Instead of enjoying the blessing, you may feel like you are constantly trying to satisfy the expectations of others. Another challenge that comes with financial success is hidden competition. Sometimes the people around you begin to measure their life against yours. They start comparing your progress to their own. And comparison can quietly damage relationships. What once felt like a comfortable connection can slowly turn into tension. A person who once celebrated small victories with you may now feel uncomfortable seeing you move ahead. Instead of feeling inspired, they may feel threatened. Instead of supporting your growth, they may begin to question it. Their words might still sound friendly, but underneath those words, there may be doubt or resentment. There are also individuals who approach successful people not for friendship, but for opportunity. They see access to money as a way to benefit themselves. They may offer business ideas, investment proposals, or partnerships that sound exciting on the surface, but carry risks that only you will bear. Their enthusiasm may seem convincing, but their true interest may not be in your success. It may simply be in your resources. This is why quiet wisdom becomes so important when financial blessings begin to grow. Protecting your peace means protecting your circle. Not everyone needs to know the details of your financial life. Not everyone needs to understand how much progress you are making. When you move quietly, you give yourself time to observe people more clearly. You begin to notice who genuinely supports you regardless of your financial situation, and who only appears when opportunity is involved. True relationships remain steady whether you have much or little. Money itself is not the problem. It can be a powerful tool for building a better life and helping others. But the attention that comes with it can easily disturb your peace if you are not careful. By staying humble, moving quietly, and sharing your success with wisdom, you protect not only your resources, but also your relationships and your inner calm. In the end, the greatest blessing is not just having money. It is having the peace and clarity to use it wisely without losing yourself in the attention that comes with it. One of the greatest dangers that can appear when money begins to enter your life is pride. It does not arrive loudly at first. Pride often begins quietly, almost invisibly, slowly shaping the way a person thinks and behaves. At the beginning, you may still feel grateful, still feel humble, still remember the difficult days when every small step forward required sacrifice and patience. But if you are not careful, success can slowly change the way you see yourself. When people begin to notice your progress, when they start praising your achievements, when they begin to treat you differently because of your financial success, it can create a powerful temptation. The temptation is to believe that everything you now have is only the result of your own strength and ability. And once that belief takes hold, humility begins to fade. But true wisdom reminds us that blessings are not only the result of effort. Hard work matters, dedication matters, discipline matters, but there are also moments of favor that no human being can create alone. There are doors that open at the right time, opportunities that appear unexpectedly, and connections that form in ways no plan could have predicted. When you remember this truth, it becomes much easier to remain humble even when success grows. Humility is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is the ability to recognize that life is bigger than personal achievement. A humble person understands that wealth does not define their value, and they do not need to use money as a way to prove their importance to others. They remain grounded, respectful, and thoughtful, no matter how much their circumstances improve. When humility remains in your heart, it protects the blessing that has entered your life. People are naturally drawn to those who stay kind and genuine even after success arrives. They trust someone who remains approachable and compassionate. But when pride takes control, it creates distance between you and the people around you. The very success that once attracted respect can begin to create isolation. Pride often shows itself through the need to display wealth. Some people begin to feel that every achievement must be seen and recognized. They feel the urge to prove that they have reached a higher level in life. But constantly trying to show others how successful you are can slowly drain the joy out of the blessing itself. Instead of enjoying the peace that financial stability can bring, a person becomes trapped in a cycle of comparison and approval. Humility breaks that cycle. A humble person does not feel the need to compete for attention. They do not measure their worth by how impressed others are. They understand that true wealth is not loud. It does not need constant validation. It speaks quietly through stability, generosity, and character. Another beautiful quality of humility is gratitude. When you remain humble, you never forget the journey that brought you to this point. You remember the struggles that shaped your determination. You remember the people who supported you when success was still far away. This gratitude keeps your heart open and prevents success from turning into arrogance. Humility also encourages generosity. When you recognize that your blessings are part of a greater purpose, you naturally begin to look for ways to help others. Instead of using wealth only for personal comfort, you begin to see it as a tool for creating positive change. You become more aware of the struggles others face, and you feel a deeper responsibility to make a difference where you can. This attitude creates a powerful balance. You are able to enjoy the rewards of your hard work while still remaining connected to the values that guided you in the beginning. Your success does not separate you from others. Instead, it allows you to uplift them. In the end, money itself is not what determines the direction of your life. Your character determines that direction. If humility continues to guide your heart, the blessings that come into your life will not corrupt your spirit. Instead, they will strengthen your ability to live with purpose, wisdom, and lasting peace. There is a quiet power in allowing your life to speak for itself. Many people feel the need to explain their progress, to announce every step forward, and to make sure that others recognize how far they have come. In a world where people constantly seek attention and approval, it can feel natural to share every achievement and every financial success. But true wisdom teaches something very different. The strongest success does not need constant explanation. It reveals itself through the results. When your life begins to change, when opportunities begin to grow and money begins to flow into your life, there will always be a temptation to prove something to others. You may want people to see that you were right to believe in your path. You may want those who once doubted you to recognize your progress. You may even want the people who overlooked you in the past to finally take you seriously. But constantly trying to prove your success to others can slowly steal your peace. When your focus shifts toward impressing people, you begin to measure your life by their reactions. Their approval becomes something you chase, and their criticism becomes something that disturbs your confidence. Instead of enjoying the blessing that has entered your life, you become trapped in the exhausting task of trying to satisfy everyone's expectations. There is a better way to live. It is the quiet confidence of someone who no longer needs to prove anything. When you truly believe in the direction of your life, you no longer feel the pressure to explain every step you take. You simply continue moving forward with patience, discipline, and faith in the process. Over time, the results begin to appear naturally. Results are powerful because they speak without words. When people see stability in your life, when they notice the peace you carry, and when they observe the steady progress you continue to make, they understand that something meaningful has taken place. You did not need to convince them. You did not need to argue or explain. Your life itself became the evidence. Another important reason to let results speak is that it protects you from unnecessary conflict. When people announce their plans too loudly, they often attract criticism and doubt before those plans even have the chance to succeed. Some individuals will question your decisions, challenge your ideas, or attempt to discourage you. Their negativity may come from jealousy, insecurity, or simply a lack of understanding. But when you focus quietly on the work instead of the announcement, you remove that unnecessary noise from your journey. You allow your efforts to mature and develop without interference. By the time people notice the outcome, the work has already been completed. At that point, opinions lose their power because the results are already standing in front of them. Letting results speak also helps you remain humble. When success arrives quietly, it becomes easier to stay grounded and grateful. You remember that the journey required patience and perseverance, and you recognize that every blessing carries responsibility. Instead of using success as a way to elevate yourself above others, you allow it to shape you into someone wiser and more compassionate. Over time, people will notice the difference. They will see that your life carries stability rather than noise, purpose rather than pride. They will recognize that your progress did not come from chasing attention, but from staying focused on what truly mattered. And that kind of success carries far more respect than anything that could be announced with words. In the end, the most convincing story you will ever tell is the life you live every day. Your peace, your discipline, your growth, and the way you treat others will reveal far more than any explanation ever could. When your results begin to speak, you will realize that the need to prove yourself disappears, because the truth of your journey is already visible for everyone to see.